Oh, hello, Diary. It's Thursday, July the 17th, and it's day number one of our holiday in England, where we are simultaneously going to hopefully run an ultramarathon. That's on Saturday, and secondly, we're going to try out something that we've been working on for a long time, which is renting or living in an RV or a motorhome. So, what's the story so far? Well, overall, all is good. We had a bit of a delayed start in Switzerland this morning when our EasyJet flight was delayed by over an hour, so that sort of derailed us a little bit. What also derailed us was whilst packing, we realised that we'd only paid for one rucksack worth of one bit of hold luggage, so we had a bit of a quick repacking and had some hand luggage and some hold luggage. Anyway, we got to Luton fine. We got picked up by the JustGo, which is the rental company that we found for camper vans, and they took us to their sort of pad. Now, the first thing that was a little bit scary was the fact that the last few miles of driving there was down a really thin road. It was so thin that there was just no possibility that if there were two camper vans going in the opposite direction, they could possibly go past each other. I guess one would have to reverse. Anyway, so we did fill in, so we got there fine, although, like I say, the road was getting thinner and thinner, and we seemed to have to fill in quite a lot of paperwork. It seemed to take at least an hour, I would say, to do all the paperwork. One of the things I did notice was there's no insurance cover for any damage to the vehicle above a 2 metre height. Now, our vehicle is 3 metres in height, and we had a tip off from a friend who owns his own motorhome that you must be really careful about the width of your motorhome. And in our case, our motorhome has an overhang, meaning as you turn around a corner, the back edge of the motorhome will jut outwards, and also the height, in the sense that many car parks have height restrictions, many bridges have height restrictions, so you have to be pretty careful. Anyway, so we had a lot of paperwork, and then a nice lady called Anne took us around the vehicle and all its features and facilities, and that was extremely comprehensive. I think we both resisted the temptation to jump in and said, yeah, we know about this, we know about that, we've done all our research. So we let her tell us all about the vehicle in her own time, and that did take some time. So we didn't start driving till I think about 4 o'clock, and we had a call from my sister Angela, who said that the campsite that we were going to stay at had called her and said that we were going to be late and we'd have to do a late booking procedure. So first we were impressed by the diligence of the campsite, but we realised we would have to do a late check-in because there's no way we'd be able to get there on time, because the last official check-in time was I think 5:30. So we agreed a late check-in and set off, and I must admit it's been pretty nerve-wracking. Like I said, the vehicle is 3 metres tall, 2.3 metres wide, and on British roads my side of the road is often like 2.31 metres wide. So on smaller roads it's been difficult, shall we say. I think I'll get more used to it tomorrow and for the subsequent days. But Agatha's pointed out to me that for her it would not only be driving on the wrong side of the road, but the gear lever, it's a manual transmission, the gear lever is on the left, and that's also very confusing to her. So I think for the first day or two I will definitely do the driving. So we had challenges with the thin roads, and then when we got onto the M25, that was pretty chock-a-block. So then it was start-stop driving, and at some parts it was so blocked, we just switched off the engine and waited for the traffic to move forward. But all was good. Eventually we got close to where we wanted to go, which is Wellington Country Park. But just before that we figured out we could go to supermarkets and stock up with some provisions. And then again, another tip from a close friend was that you can use Google Maps to look and see whether the supermarket you're about to visit has any metallized sort of height restrictions in the supermarket car park. So we thought we'd pick one which didn't have any, and that's true, that we got to Waitrose, and there were no height restrictions, that's fine. So we stocked it with lots of food and cosmetics and things, and eventually we got to Wellington Country Park. It's an excellent park from what we can see. We're only here for one day, one night. There are showers, there are good toilets, there's drinking water facilities, there's a grey water dump facility. Not that we're sort of experts on these matters, but it seems to be an excellent place to stay. So thumbs up to Wellington Country Park, thumbs up to Just Go for giving us such a good introduction. Small pat on the back to Marcus for keeping us cool, although raised heart rate was certainly there for a lot of the driving today. And all is well. So there will be another report tomorrow, which is Friday.